Hello, you spermy pancakes. It's Jim again with another installment of Deadly Premonition. Here he is, he's York, having a bit of a stand around. When we last enjoyed our investigation, I was in a bit of a bad mood. I was very tired and my tooth was giving me trouble. Kind of in that same situation. Still tired, got up 4 a.m. and the tooth is gone now. That was pulled yesterday, and it was a bit of a brutal extraction. We're talking headlocks and my jaw being yanked open because it was just falling apart in there. Not pleasant at all. And the entire inside of my mouth's been kind of devastated by the melee. One corner of my mouth's been cut up a bit. Obviously, the extraction site is a little bit painful. The bit that's hurting the most is the big gouge inside my cheek, where it just seems a lump of flesh has gotten sliced out. So, I'm a bit... Yeah, that's my mood at the moment. A bit, yeah. Oh, whoa. Okay, so yeah, I've been going on too long.
You were rocking it large up there.
Was I? I haven't been on stage like that since elementary school.
You made me think, man, like, things can't go on like this. We need, like, some action or something. I was pretty psyched up before you got on stage. I was like, dude, a real psycho in town. Pretty sweet gig. But now, I mean, dude,
I don't think the town psycho is an actual
could be
gig.
Any one of us, man. I don't want to think of that whack job coming after my family. Makes me shudder all over, man. It was way too heavy. You'll catch him, right, FBI?
Of course. But you need to be able to take care of those you love, too.
You're right, man. Right on the level. I need to do what's right for my family, man. You lit my soul, man. Thanks, FBI.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, that's what we need to do. I've been too busy yammering on about my own problems and my mouth. We've got to catch a killer. This is important. We've got to keep talking
Lily.
to these people.
Agent York, your speech frightens some of us a little. You should work on being more sensitive with words when talking to groups.
Really?
How else do you say there is a mental killer in town?
So, have you noticed anything strange or out of place recently?
Just Becky, really. She works part-time at the store. She's been acting strange recently.
Strange? How?
I took the boys along to visit her house today. I was just worried, because she hasn't come into work at all after that incident. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside.
She took
Something
in
about
the boys?
A special secret between just the 3 of them.
Dirty woman.
I just couldn't understand it.
Now that's interesting.
Well, you've answered your own question.
Thank you, Lily.
Special secret is she's been taking in your boys.
Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
Okay. God, I really should have popped a Percocet before I'd done this. Did I talk to her last time? I don't think I talked to anyone we'd already met, so we'll go around and do
Mr.
those.
Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
No one remembers
I'm
when you were
talking
younger,
about back
Polly.
when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come
Why
on the
this
weekend
music?
to see the latest play. He'd always pretend to be uninterested. But
This music
I could
has
tell
nothing
he
to
was
do with
excited
it.
inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so
The
many.
Crucible.
There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
Oh,
What is the
no,
point?
nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd
This is
go
a
on
serious
for
problem.
hours retelling what the
Play
play was
disremembrance
about.
syndrome
His eyes were
affects
so
1 in 4
sparkling,
Americans.
like a happy young boy.
I see. So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I
I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready. Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
God, she can go, though, when she
Zach,
wants to.
I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
Oh, what a wacky situation. Fuck me. Okay, we've talked to... Did we speak to him last time? I can't even remember all the people we spoke to. I
Jim,
really shouldn't have stopped halfway
Thanks for your
through.
help in the forest.
But I was
How
really
are Isaac
tired
and
last
Isaiah?
time.
They're fine.
They're with Becky.
They really seem to love their grandpa.
Well, I guess they do, son. I want to keep
What?
them away from the filth
He's
of the
their
material
grandpa.
world as much as I can.
He's your
Their
son.
mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of them so often.
And that's
That
why I
she's
want you
a
to
lazy
solve this
man.
case quickly and go home. Those rumors
Whoa.
about that scar of yours do more damage than good around here.
I guess I reek of the material world, don't I? I have to, in order to do my job. But I understand what you mean.
What are the rumours about the scars? That
I'd think the same if
That
I
they're
was born in a place
pedophiles?
like this, Zach.
I don't know how a rumour about a man's scar could damage a town. Okay, we spoke to them. We spoke to the cowboys down there. We may not have spoken to Fiona. We'll do that, though.
Are you getting closer to catching the murderer?
Hello
She
again,
said
Fiona.
she waved at her
Good
own
to see you
mouth.
here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working person, too. Everyone thinks he's some kind of weirdo, but I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day, but I do.
Wanking
He's
off the
doing
corpses.
research to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he
That's-
already
that's
made
exactly
a
what I
fortune in
said.
LA with his career.
I did not know that.
You didn't? Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a
Big gauche?
really big house over by the lake.
Amazing, Zach. You must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
Another comedy moment told with utter deathly silence.
Agent Morgan, I'd like to let everyone go home now. Let's go outside.
Oh, I'll go outside with you, George. Outside to sex fuck. If you've just joined us, some of you may be coming in and watching these right now. Back in the hole. That's what I'd like to be with George Woodman. If this is your first video in this series, we like to sexually objectify George Woodman, the be-moustached character we saw a moment ago. There's plenty of other sexual objectification that goes on in the game industry, within video games, and within YouTube Let's Plays. And I'm just striking a balance by taking all of that hot, raw eroticism felt by everyone in the game industry and just pouring it all onto Greenvale's town sheriff. So we will be doing that. Because fuck you. And fuck George. And fuck me. Which I would happily let George do. Yep. Fill me up. To the brim. Yeah. This is just a little awkward now. As we wait for the game to appear and end this. Oh, here we go, thank God.
Well then, Agent York, do you have any plans for this evening?
I was going to head back to the hotel and go over my notes. I need to contact HQ and give a progress report, too.
Okay, then let's call it a day here.
Sounds good.
Contact my office when you finish your report. We'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Diane, the owner of the art gallery, should be back soon.
Call
All
your
right, then, let's
orifice
do
in
that.
the morning. It's a classic joke, isn't it? Pete,
Hold
what?
on, Agent York. We're going out to eat at Nick's Diner. Would you like to come with us?
The diner. That might be nice.
Thomas is a great cook, but Nick is the real deal. No visit to Greenvale is complete without eating at the A&G.
A very appealing proposition. Zach, what do you think? We can always go back to the hotel after eating dinner, or go directly back to the hotel. You decide, Zach.
Let's eat with them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A&G, of course, stands for Anal and George. It's a classic breakfast treat. If you ever visit Greenvale, you go for a slice of anal and George. George. God, these loading screens. It needs to stop, because otherwise I get panicky, and we'll just talk about being done up the bum again. No one wants to think about me being done up the bum. Not even me. Half the time. Not at 5 in the morning. That is too early. That's just ridiculous. Plus, the side of my mouth hurts. Wobbly faces on a red screen. Yep. Yep. This is another issue with the PC port, of course. The ridiculous loading screens. Just the length of time of them. Silly bananas. God damn, the side of my mouth hurts. Here we go, at last.
I've been sheriff here for a long time now.
Ugh.
And this is the worst murder I've ever seen.
Oh, you get those
Our town
tight
is
buns
a
in your
little
mouth.
odd in some ways, but it's usually a peaceful place.
We had our fair share of cases, but just the regular stuff. A high school kid shoplifting from the milk barn, maybe? Or some hot-headed kids fighting, fueled on liquor? Nothing more than that.
Agent York, what kind of cases have you dealt with in the past?
Not much different from those you've just mentioned. The case I
There's
was
a
on
fly
until last month,
Going round that
Well,
diner.
the guy killed 7 girls in a 3-month period. He sawed their heads off from the neck and took them back to his house. He cleaned the skulls up and used them as utensils in his daily life, to eat from or as a urine cup. He hated women. That was his way of dealing with it. He'd fill skulls
Most people
with
just
ice,
rant about red
cola, and
pills on
rum,
the internet.
then he'd down it in one gulp. For him, that was a holy ritual.
Maybe that's what those men rights activists
The question
will
of
do
his
next.
mental state was
It's
the
in
pivotal
women's
point in the
skulls.
court case.
Oh, man.
For me, he was insane. 100%. Drinking from the skulls. Well, that is one thing, but those he had used to relieve himself, he would then just use them to drink from, too. Yeah, that was too much for me. It's just not sanitary.
Not sanitary. That's probably not the problem for most of us.
What else?
Genuinely funny moment there, but they don't
An ingenious
explain
law
the
school
joke
student
with the other
raped
characters.
over 800 victims. That was a nasty one.
Thank you, Agent York. Now, let's talk about something else.
You don't want to hear anymore? That's a shame, isn't it, Zach? I was just about to get to the good part, too.
Sounds like you live in a totally different world. I mean, you're like an elite agent who just jumped out from a movie or something. In your eyes, We must look like we're just playing cops and robbers. Ugh, I give up. I can't compete with you.
Don't say that, Emily. The cases you have solved are all full-fledged crimes. A crime is a crime. Size doesn't matter. There is no big and small.
Says York as he echoes Old Testament God.
Crimes always have a criminal and a victim. No victim will ever welcome a crime, no matter what its size. So, fundamentally, there is no difference in size.
Well
Nice
said,
inspiring
Agent Morgan.
pep talk.
We work day and night to preserve peace and order in this town. You understand that, right?
Of course. But still, I don't view shoplifting and Anna's murder as the same level of crime.
Oh, I'm so sorry we aren't having more dead women in the town for your
I
satisfaction,
never even
Emily.
dreamt that such a thing could ever even happen in this town. I keep on expecting to see Anna here in this diner, waiting on tables.
God, inappropriate, Thomas. George is trying to enjoy a burger. Doesn't want you crying,
Excuse
bringing
us,
down the mood.
Agent Morgan. We should have made dinner a more uplifting experience.
Yes,
Let's
you
call
should
it a
have.
night.
Okay. Good night, then.
Whole evening was a blowout. Total wash. Not got my usual coffee this morning. Slowly drinking room temperature water. It's not as... I mean, it's way better for me. Physically, of course. Psychologically, this is traumatizing. Having to drink water like a child. No, trying to drink it more, of course. That's an important thing to do. I think they say at least, is it 25% of Americans? No, something even larger than that, I think, are dehydrated all of the time. There's not enough water, too much dehydrating things. Okay. I think it's back to the Le Hotel. So, we've got a thing that'll solve that. Come on, don't take forever to load up. That is severely going to hamper my ability to get around. Oh, come on. Come on, you bastard. Wow. Thank you. Thing. Still so angry at the slapdash job done here on this spot. The hotel. I mean, it's still, even with the long time it took to get to the menu, it's quicker than driving there. But goddamn. Yep, I'm definitely dropping some sort of painkiller after we're done here. I do apologise I'm not as talky loud as normal, but that is part of it. Just I'm trying to keep my mouth small, if that makes sense. Don't want to widen it up too much. It's a good job George Woodman isn't here in the room. In that case, since I am keeping my mouth shut. But, that, if you didn't get what I was doing there, that was a cock-sucking joke of me talking about getting on my knees and opening my mouth wide to accept George's massive
First
dong
the victim, Anna's death.
in my mouth.
She was found hanging from a tree in the forest. She was cut open with a knife from her chest down to her stomach. That was the direct cause of death. The strangulation marks and skull fracture were caused after death. Her tongue was also bit off, and I found something inside her mouth.
Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Oh, memory games. There was a red seed, though. Yep.
That's right. We found the same red seed in her mouth.
Just trying to make sure we're paying attention.
According to Emily, it was
arrogant
raining when Anna was killed, but traces of tears were still evident on her face. Which means the perpetrator killed Anna under a roof in the lumber mill.
Damn right he
and then
did.
carried her body into the woods after it stopped raining. We found numerous important pieces of evidence at the site of the crime. A total of 4 things.
Knee prints in the grass, a wood chip with metal dust,
Yep.
a photo of a man with a tattoo on his back, and one other thing. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Yes, I do. It wasn't that, or that. It was a broken stiletto heel.
That's right, a broken stiletto heel.
Yeah, come on.
Aligning this with the other evidence suggests that 2 people came into contact with Anna's body prior to it being discovered by us. Those being the perpetrator who killed Anna and Miss Stiletto Heel. There is also the possibility that a third party carried Anna to the woods. That means we could be dealing with 3 people. 2 or 3 people. In any case, Miss Stiletto Heel may have vital information. We need to find her next.
Yes, we do.
We didn't use forensic methods, but we're still closing in on the criminal.
But screw it. I'm Agent York. I don't need forensic nothing.
Have I forgotten anything?
Ah, of course. The marks on her hand tell us that Anna was gripping something when she died. Do you remember that, Zach?
Well, George wasn't around, so...
What do you think she was holding on to?
Couldn't have been one thing I'd have been gripping. Again, I was talking about, his
That's
big
right.
penis.
A round object. The marks on her hand
Large
suggest
and
a peace
cylindrical.
mark. The man in the photo found in the woods had a tattoo of an upside-down peace mark on his back.
Withering donk.
These 2 could well be related. But we don't know for sure. Next, the townsfolk. A few are worthy of special attention. Carol McLean, the singer and bar owner. She's Thomas's sister. Then there's Nick Cormack, the owner of the diner. Both of them seem to be hiding something.
Not very subtle about it
There's
either.
Diane, the owner of the art gallery, who's out of town.
If the FBI was talking to me,
And
I wouldn't
we have
just be getting
problematic, old, rich, and eccentric Harry.
surly in his ways.
Both will be tough
Nick's
to
an
crack.
idiot. Even if he didn't kill anyone,
Well, we
he
just
should
have to go
be
one by
charged
one.
with it anyway.
I've been thinking. One of the biggest rewards here is the fantastic food.
Another Twin Peaks kind of
Enjoying
reference.
food is cultural, and yet it's also a bit uncivilized. It's interesting how good food motivates me to work harder during investigations.
Oh, and on Emily's back, it was strange to me. Hey, don't take that the wrong way, Zach. I wasn't getting all excited or anything. But it did make me feel strange. Nostalgic and sad almost.
Thinking about his old job as a woman's back looker.
It's starting to rain.
The good old days.
I think this case may take a while.
Ellie! Lunchtime, Ellie!
This is one of the extra scenes in the director's cut.
young lady. You need to listen to your mother.
I want to hear the rest of the story.
Eat your lunch, then take a nap. Then I'll tell you the rest.
But I want to hear it now.
There's no need to rush things. You must live your life at the pace that is right for you.
Honey! Are you coming?
And these extra scenes really aren't subtle. I mean, by this point, it's kind of clear what's going on. Sweet sugary candy. Okay. Come on. I do not feel entertaining enough today to fill these vast quantities of silence. Thank you. Mystery. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Dinner. We cleared dinner, guys. Yep. Fantastic. Get paid to eat dinner. If only. Oh, that's an achievement for clearing episode 1. Here we are, 6 parts in, and we've cleared episode 1. This is going to be a long haul. I did forget just how long this will be.
You must be very thirsty.
Oh!
You want to take milk with your coffee? Coffee with milk. That's all.
Oh. Don't drink coffee with your milk. At the Anal and George Diner. Drink your milky coffee, boy.
Who are you?
My name is Becky.
Becky, Becky, Beaver. I don't know why I said it like that.
What are you doing here?
My name is Becky.
Anna's friend?
My name is Becky.
I like her jeans.
After your throat is quenched, you must do what you must do.
Take a sip of coffee and go.
Oh! Drink your coffee and get out of here.
Huh?
I urinated in it, yes! You just drank my urine. That's me reading into the subtext of the scene. You see. Lollipop. Chocolate chip cookie. Yum yum yum, eat it up. Yeah. Red leaves fluttering in the air, a chandelier hanging from above. Can this riddle be solved, Zach? No, it can't. Oh, it's a whole thing. Oh, no, there we go. I just wasn't in the right place for the prompt there. I apologise. I realise I'm being extra annoying in this installment. I'm not providing anything of entertainment today. I'm just going meh, 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 and meh. I'll try and stop that. Oh dear. We're going to have to get changed and sorted out. He is getting a horrible beard on him. I think those flies that were buzzing overhead are related to him. Has he become a stinky agent? Yes, he
Zach,
has.
this case looks like it's directly related to us. I do not know how yet, but I do know I need some coffee.
You and me both, mate.
George said he'd have someone pick us up in the parking lot. Let's get some breakfast with Polly first.
So, this is an interesting thing you can see in action here. If you don't shave, beard grows in. Again, do you remember this is a budget game? $20 when it first came out. Gets a beard on. If he keeps his suit on for too long, as you can see all these flies here buzzing all around him, much longer and we will get a fine. We'll actually lose some money and get the stinky agent penalty. But we won't do that. We'll get him all scrubbed up, ready to face the day. Let's put his crimson suit back on. You can get other suits, of course, by... sorry, I'm not even remembering what I'm saying halfway through my own sentences today. You can also get extra suits by doing submissions, side quests and things. We won't waste our time doing all those for suits, but you can get some cool ones. We'll shave ourselves up, get York looking dapper and sharp. And there we go, extra for shaving. Looking good, smelling fresh. Agent York is funky clean. Let's get out of here.
Whoa there!
Oh!
Did you need something?
No, I was just passing by.
One of the few video game characters that I can
cosplay. The door
cosplay.
opening like that it surprised me, that's all.
Forrest Kaysen.
I'm Kaysen, Forrest
And the
Kaysen.
sound cutting a bit.
Nice to meet you. I travel a whole lot, you see, selling tree saplings. Just the usual salesman doing the usual road trip. Sometimes I feel, I don't know, like a jolly old bumblebee spreading pollen.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I get it. You're the special agent Scarface that everyone's yakking about. Nice to meet you, Francis.
Special Agent Scarface? I'd need a bigger scar to live up to that name. Call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
What? You got it. York.
Is this your first visit here, then?
No, sir. Actually, I've been coming here once or twice a year for, a while now. I don't get much business here.
Well, in a
but
town
it
with
sure
George
does make a
Woodman,
fine
you'd be
vacation.
coming there all the
I
time.
mean, it's a gorgeous hotel at a bargain price. It's so relaxing in these parts, too. Oh, I just love all the nature. I feel so relaxed here.
Okay, the new audio skipping stuff is getting on my nerves. That
Say hi
needs
to
to
Willie.
stop.
Oh, don't worry. He's a good boy. Do you
Hi
like dogs?
to Willie.
Hey, Willie. How are you doing?
He's pretty smart, too. Oops, before I forget, let me give you this. It's just a sample of what I sell.
Thank you. How kind of you.
So, what brings the old FBI out here? Sounds like more than just a vacation.
A murder, actually. The perpetrator is still out there. Try to stay indoors at night and during the rain. We want to prevent it from happening again, okay?
Oh, it's a darn shame. Places like this used to be the safest in America.
I'd contest that.
Could I ask you something? Do you know a lot about seeds?
Seeds? Gardening, huh?
I mean, I think it would depend
You don't
on
look
your
like a green thumb.
race,
but let
religious
me tell you,
beliefs,
though,
sexual proclivities.
I'm pretty much the only one who
Depending
can
on
make
exactly
those
how
saplings
safe
sprout.
these parts of
There's
America
a
are,
trick to it that
said
can't really be passed
Jim,
on, you know? It's
said a
like,
game reviewer
the
trying to get
secret
all
of making
political
a good
again.
Smoked ham, something like that. But you know, once they sprout, you don't need to do much. You can leave it be, and why, it'll turn into a big tree no matter what happens. Kind of like those stocks that politicians buy that just keep growing and growing. Well, you just wait and see. This town is gonna love them. Right. We were just about to go take a morning stroll, so I'll get going. Good luck now with that case.
Thanks.
Okay, I want to avoid that dog, because we've got those human bones.
Zach,
Human bone?
Do you remember what the coffee said? Forrest Kaysen. F.K.
Dun dun dun.
This show has just begun.
He had a deadly premonition. Okay, where the hell are we at? This way. What was I going to say? Yeah, we want to keep that dog away from us, because that initiates a less fun side quest in which we try and get the bones back off the dog. Those bones have
Breakfast
been
looks
collected.
as good as yesterday's.
Yes.
I hope you enjoy it.
I will, and thank you. I just met Kaysen, actually.
Ah, good old Mr. Kaysen. Did he give you a sapling?
As a matter of fact, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Don't tell me he gives one to everyone he meets.
No. Only to the people he feels comfortable with. He told me. He must feel really comfortable with me.
He must. Is there anyone he hasn't given a sapling to?
Mustard? Okay, I'll just get it from the kitchen then.
No, mustard has nothing to do with it.
She's avoiding the question because he only gives them to white
if you
people.
know of anyone that Kaysen didn't give a sapling to.
Oh, too much pepper. I did think it might be. I'm sorry.
One of the biggest town scandals is the local sapling salesman is a
We'll never
dreadful
get anything out of her,
racist.
will we? Forrest Kaysen. He's hiding something. You think so too, right, Zach?
But no need to rush.
Well, I've given you my
All
theory.
secrets are hidden until they are inevitably divulged. The powers of entropy. The world exposes everything and causes chaos. Just like this coffee.
I don't think that coffee exposes everything and causes chaos. I could be wrong. That could be the Joker of coffees. Probably not, though. Anyway, we're fully fed and fully rested. York's in a good place. But now, we depart. We have someone picking us up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Damn it. Country ham. Yep. Bit of ham in the old country there. Country ham. Tasty meat. Natural salt. No need to add your own.
Good morning, Mr. Morgan.
Vidgums.
Did you sleep well?
That's what the license
Morning,
plate
George.
says.
Dreamland was quite nice.
You do look well rested.
Oh, I was up practically all night doing paperwork.
Thomas helped me out, so I was able to go home and get some sleep, but not enough.
Diane got back into town late last night. We should give her a visit.
Which means going to the art gallery, correct?
She lives and works in the office there, so it's the only place to find her. The gallery is open from 10 to 1700.
Time for some art appreciation. A cultural activity in such a small countryside town. Amazing, Zach.
God, the rictus grin on his face. Okay, let's do this.
The gallery is called Muses' Gallery. The Muses were the 9 daughters of the goddess of memory in Greek mythology.
Ah, it's just like Diane
But it's
to name
not
it that
that
way.
muse.
Is she that intelligent a woman?
Maybe.
Well,
You'll
Matt
see for
Bellamy
yourself
bought the thing
soon
a few
enough.
years back, named it after his
Did you
band.
see
He's
how
an
Emily
arrogant
reacted,
man.
Zach? I sense that this Diane is not popular among other women. I can't wait to meet her.
The gallery is on the north side of town.
I love things
Take
that
the
are
road along the lake
unpopular
and go
with
north.
women. Okay, here we are, back in the car. Okay, here we go. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Okay, we are halfway through our fuel. Maybe enough to get us there. If we pass by the
An art
stop,
gallery in
we'll
such a small town.
fill up.
Am I prejudiced to think that it doesn't seem to fit?
Greenvale and every small town has every right to enjoy art.
That's right. Small towns tend to be full of highly cultured people. Although I can't say I've ever been to the gallery myself.
George?
Well, then
What
be
about you?
quiet.
Are you into art?
Actually, yes. I like going to the gallery. It's very relaxing there.
Really, George? I never knew that about you for all this
George.
time.
Emily, please. I'm just as cultured as everyone else.
Some people just have sides to them that you'd never expect. By the way, about Diane, the owner of the gallery. Is she
Look
the
at it
type that isn't
again!
very appreciated by other women?
What do you mean?
Exactly what it sounds like, Emily. Is she very attractive, especially to the opposite sex?
So you're asking if she's sexy, right?
Well, she does always wear high heels.
And definitely, it's, hard to explain.
I
But
could wear
that
high
doesn't
heels
make
all
me
the time. It won't
biased,
make
okay?
me sexy.
She just seems to look down on people. She always has. I just don't like people like that.
That must be because sex appeal has no effect on you.
Now that's out of line.
I'm sorry, Emily. I didn't mean to poke fun at you. You just reacted so strongly to Diane's name.
I did not.
But I thought it would be
It's like
okay
you're
to
suggesting
provoke
I'm
you.
the total opposite of her. Is that it?
Oh, Emily, that's not what anyone is suggesting. Let's just drop this conversation, okay?
So yeah, I noticed the when we do the boost, it gives us a bit more speed because the miles per hour thing keeps trying to reset itself, and that look at it, it slows you right down because it keeps jutting down to 0. Look at the ticker. I know I go on about the cars every time I go in, but it truly is one of the worst parts of the PC port. Okay, see, and I don't know which is the right way to go. You know what? I'm going to suggest that's not him. But it's stuff like this that are making just having the motivation to go through and play the whole thing difficult. It's not that I don't want to play Deadly Premonition through to the end for y'all, but between the loading times and the taking forever to open the screen to the point where I don't even want to check the map, to the cars just jerking to the right and going insane with the mile per hour ticker. Makes me angry. Gonna be doing a Jimquisition on bad PC ports soon. Maybe not next week because other things have come up, but soon. Jimquisition, of course, if you only really watch my YouTube stuff, is a video series I do at the Escapist magazine. That's escapistmagazine.com. It's probably the most... Oh yeah, I forgot about the car's heartbeat. If you boost for too long. Yeah, it's a video series I do over there. It's probably the most popular thing I do. I know for a fact it's the most popular thing I do. Because I've seen the views. Pretty popular. You know, I'm not as famous as your Total Biscuits or your Francises. But I like to think I'll get the job done. It's popular enough. Which it was as well known as your TVs and your Francises. I'd get so much done. I got plans for this YouTube channel if it gets big. I'm going to use it to make popular, or try and make popular some things that weren't. Nowhere near at the scale the channel needs to be before I start doing some things, but there are some games I want to give their dues. Anyway, we are towards the art gallery now. Perfect. Let's just pull up. Good stuff.
Looks more like an old mansion than an art gallery.
Diane liked the building so much she turned it into an art gallery.
She left the exterior untouched and had the insides redone.
It's very much what I'll end up doing with you, George.
She bought this place, didn't she? Does that answer your question?
Indeed it does. Well, George, Emily, I want to talk with Diane alone. Will you wait here for me?
Don't tell me you still don't trust us.
No, that's not it. But this is very important to me. I always make sure that I meet with the important ones, one-on-one. Otherwise, it's difficult to sense the subtle reactions of the suspect. This is just how I do things, and I'd appreciate your understanding.
But
hello.
Go on then. You're not going to listen to us anyway, are you?
You're starting to understand me, George. Well then, Zach, let's go and meet Lady Diane.
Let's indeed. Oh, come on. More loading. They're getting worse, aren't they? I'm sure as it's gone on, they've just gotten lengthier and more annoying. I mean, realistically, it could also be that I'm just not in the mood for it today, but either way, man, I might have to wrap this one up soonish. Not have this one go on as long as the last one.
Hello? Hello?
No reply. Let's take a look around then, Zach.
Okay, sorry. Let's get my head back in the game here. Oh yeah, there's a whole puzzle element to this.
Hello, Olivia. Do you like art?
Yes, I do. Well, I mean, I like trees.
Trees. Okay. Ah, but I see because these are all tree paintings. Do you come here often then?
Well, no. Just sometimes. I'm sorry, I really need to get back to the diner.
You get back to that diner.
Zach, she was lying about something. She said trees, not paintings of trees. She doesn't need to come here to see trees. There's tons of trees outside.
That lying art gallery fuck. Just gonna pick up our thingy. You got Olivia's Memo. And the key to the gallery. Lovely. Okay, now these paintings are important. They're going to have some bearing on the thing later. 6 trees. It's just the numbers we got to try and remember. So that's it, 6. I'll forget. I know I will. I mean, I will with that attitude. Okay, we can save our game here. You know what, we'll do that now, just in case this fucking thing crashes again. Never be too careful now. Plus we got our extra for Daily Reporter. That door don't open. Oops. Bloop. I think what I'll do is I'll get to the point where the style of game changes and wrap this one up a little quicker than normal. Just I thought it would be a good opportunity to do it, but oh, I'm not in the... I'm not up to it. I'm sorry, I apologise. Okay, there's nowhere to go but down. Basically, we need the paintings for that key card, if I'm remembering correctly. If I am remembering correctly. And there should be a painting in one of these somewhere. I don't remember exactly which one. That's it. So we've red butterflies, a large tree, and red butterflies. It almost looks as if it's burning. Oh, you don't even have to remember which one. It very handily reddens it up for you so that you know. That was a tray. Oh yeah, I didn't get my infinite machine gun out, did I? We'll do that though. There'll be a case around here somewhere. I was really hoping that would open up for me. There we go. There's nothing in there anyway after all that. Oh well. Oh well. There's nothing more here. So that was 6 trees, and then that was 1 tree. And as I said, if I remember correctly, I need 1 more for that key card there. Some painting somewhere should help me out. Can't leave now. Red butterflies. Misread that as that went round. I misread that as red butterflies. Fucking. Shows you where my mind is right now. In La Gutter. Autumn leaves, 4 trees. So that was, what was it, 6, 1 and 4. I think Olivia's memo helps with the actual order. Again, I could be wrong. It's been a while, so I'm just going off raw memory. A tree at sunset, red leaves, dancing red butterflies. So that's 1, 6, no. 6, 4 and 1. Which was the sunset one? Yeah, 6, 4 and 1. Because the sunset was 6. The butterfly was the first one. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. 6. Beep, beep, beep. Haha! Puzzle, we solved a puzzle. Delightful.
Like I said, there's no point in you having this. I can put it to far better use. I'm taking it with me, okay?
That's fine by me then, as you wish. The FBI agent, right? Just wait a moment, please. I'll be right with you.
Facial animations. Mystery and intrigue.
So there's no way you could have been at the scene of the crime.
That's right. I was drinking at the bar with Nick until early morning. I'm sure if you ask him about it, he'll say the same.
She doesn't look suspicious at all.
Very well. I'll be sure to do that. One other thing. That argument with Carol just now.
She's always like that. She thinks of me as an enemy, always bickering at what I say.
Is there any reason for that?
Perhaps because someone she liked ended up with me in my bed?
That would explain it, yes. If I may be so bold, who was the lucky man?
Oh, I sleep with anyone I wish. Anyone I prefer to sleep with.
Good for you.
I think she had her eye on one of them, but I don't know who it was exactly.
Modern
I could sleep
empowered
with you,
woman.
if you like.
I'm flattered by your offer, but I don't think that would be appropriate. You're exactly the kind of woman a man in my job should never get involved with.
Isn't that a shame, darling?
Very judgmental. I say go for it.
I'll be frank. Right now, you are not a suspect. But both Zach and I are certainly feeling shaky about you.
If you want to remain in the clear, just watch yourself from now on.
Oh, you don't know, do you? Artists and art lovers, we love a good thrill.
Thank you for your help. I have nothing further to ask you at the moment. Goodbye.
Oh, that was the thing. So we looked at some paintings. We were mildly sexist to a woman for the crime of being fairly liberated. How dare she? And now we're going to find George and work through that resentment by being really sexist towards him. After this long loading screen. Blah. Blah. Bah. 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 Come on. Last bit of my water here. Have to be careful, don't want to get it on the extraction site.
I had a chat with Diane. She said she was at the bar drinking with Nick at the time of the murder. We need to confirm her story. Let's talk to Nick at the diner.
Very well, Agent Morgan. I have to head back to the department and clear up some paperwork. Go with Emily to the A&G diner.
Okay then.
I'll show you the way. The diner's open from 9 to 2100.
Just as we suspected, Zach. Diane is the key to this case. I have a feeling she will lead us right to the criminal.
Whee!
That's Kaysen.
Kaysen!
Looks like the show has just begun, and it has an all-star cast.
All-star cast. None of them are Robert Redford. Okay.
Emily, do you know a man named Forrest Kaysen?
Kaysen?
Hoping this car has
Yes,
a bit
I
more
know
fuel
him.
in it.
The sapling salesman, right? He always uses strange comparisons when he talks.
I'd like to know more about him. What does he do when he comes to town?
He's a salesman, so I guess he sells things? Maybe he comes on
Whoa,
vacation. We haven't
sarcasm.
seen many tourists recently, but he comes pretty often.
Is that all?
Well, now that you mention it, he seems quite friendly with the Ingrams, with Isaac and Isaiah. Maybe you should ask them about Kaysen.
Okay, I will.
Okay. To the diner. To the Anal and George diner. Yeah, I said that again. Because I believe that will just run and run. You might, actually, let's go the other way. Might be able to tell I'm not a driver. In general. How much fuel have we got? Oh, we are at full fuel.
Emily, don't you find it a bit suffocating to be around George so much?
Well, we aren't always together. And anyway, I've gotten used to him.
Impressive.
I find it suffocating
Women
when
are
I'm around
very
him.
adaptable.
No, it's not like
Thing in
that,
my throat.
actually. George is hard-headed, sure, but he's also a hard-working man. That's why the townsfolk trust him so much.
The very epitome of the rural sheriff.
That's right. He isn't some hotshot FBI agent.
This car is
This
really
place
hard
isn't
to
like the
control with
city.
the jerking
Everyone
thing.
knows everyone else.
What about you and Anna? Were you two close?
No, not close, really. I don't seem to have much in common with teenagers nowadays. All they talk about are boys, clothes, and accessories. I don't have much interest in any of those things.
There is a gap between a teenager and being in your 20s.
Everyone's different, that's all. Me and you, too.
Zach, I'm not liking the way this conversation is heading.
Emily and you
Let's
too are
concentrate on driving
different.
instead.
I'm sure Bono would be very upset by that. Dear Emily was shocked to find out while watching Jam Sterling playing Deadly Premonition. I'm gonna get that bone. That you feel you and I are very different people. Myself, Bono Vox, out of the U2,
Is there something you want to check out?
thought that you and I
Well,
were
either way,
soulmates.
it doesn't matter. I can
Emily.
see you won't be rushed. I'm gonna go ahead, okay?
But
Okay, that would be fine.
I'm disappointed to
The
learn.
diner is open from 9 to 2100. Don't
That's you
keep
and
me
I.
waiting too long, okay?
Will never be the special close kin that I always thought that we would be. It's a little impersonation there of Bono Vox from U2, feeling a little jilted and upset that Emily thinks they are too different to be together. A human bone?
A human bone? This doesn't look related to the case, but shouldn't I let someone know?
Okay. And yeah, if we go too near Kaysen's dog Willie, then the bone will be taken, and then we have to chase the fucking dog and get it back. But yeah, it's not worth my time enough to go and get all the bones, like go out of my way to get all the bones. But if I'm seeing the bones as I go along, it's just a good idea to get them.
Zach, don't you think there are a lot of good-looking women in this town?
It's like heaven compared to the town we grew up in.
God, you'll keep it in your
Remember Liz?
pants.
Prom queen? Elizabeth Scott Moore. She could be royalty with a name like that. But you know, she was like an actress from a B-movie, wasn't she?
I should have taken
Bleached
that
blonde
title.
hair, too much makeup, clothes showed off her cleavage, and that mole by her mouth.
Say, Zach, were you with me back then?
You know, that mole was made with makeup, right? We happened to be on the same bus once. I saw her drawing it on with makeup. I wasn't surprised, I guess. Just impressed that she would go that far to create that image. Do you remember that movie we went to go see that day? I'll give you a hint. It was the fourth in a popular series. and was produced by Menahem Golan's Canon Films.
Figured it out, Zach?
Think it over then. Call it your homework until next time.
You'll just tell me anyway. Well, I can't be bothered to go picking up the cards. You see on the map there's cards here. If you're playing on your time and whatnot, why not pick them up? There are rewards. Go take them to the man in the gun shop. He's the guy interested in the cards. All things have a purpose. A season for all things. Car's about to have a heart attack. Let's just skip across. Break all the rules. Breaking the law, breaking the law. And just carefully go through. A light ding, but that's nothing to worry about. Screw it. You know what, I'll get that card since it's easy.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out?
We are supposed to meet Emily at the diner, but that's fine. Do whatever you have to.
Oh god, really gonna make me go all the way around? You would, wouldn't you? You got Lily Ingram! Hurrah! And there we go, the A&G Diner. I'm not going near Kaysen. I'm not going near that fucking dog.
Emily, were you waiting outside for me?
Should I have gone inside and started the 20 questions?
Well, that would have been fine with me. Shall we get something to eat then?
I think
Someone
my favourite
should teach
scene's
you how to
coming
be
up.
more considerate. And now you want something to eat? I thought we were going to question Nick.
As they step into the black void inside. Oh, here
Welcome,
we go.
Mr. Agent.
Hi, Olivia. Let me have your special for today. And some fresh coffee.
Our special today is turkey. A turkey and gravy sandwich. Sound good?
Perfect. Emily, you eat something too.
Perfect.
It'll be on the FBI.
Okay then, I'll go all out. I'll have the T-bone steak. I usually can't order it because it's a little too expensive.
Yeah, don't take the piss, Emily.
Mrs. Olivia Cormack, I am here for Mr. Stewart's lunch. If it is ready, I'd thank you a bunch.
Yes, of course. Just a moment. Here you go. The usual. 1 turkey, strawberry jam, and cereal sandwich.
Sounds like the sinner's sandwich. Self-inflicted punishment to atone for past sins. He's setting an example.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, you should
Francis
try
York
this
Morgan.
wonderful lunch. It's more than a delicious, tasty crunch. So says Mr. Stewart.
No, that's fine. I've just ordered my own lunch.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, that is, Mr. Stewart's order is delicious, I should mention. And Mr. Nick Cormack is a genius for creating this perfection.
Bit of a
So
tenuous
says
one.
Mr. Stewart.
Still, I have a hunch I might not like it. You sure that sandwich is that good?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, Making decisions based on intuitions is always a sign of bad FBI agents. So says Mr. Stewart.
Harry, you're right.
Not even
give it
trying
a
to
try.
rhyme. This is serious. Brilliant.
I can't believe it. This is fantastic. It's really good. Olivia, I'm sorry, but can I change my order? I'll have what Harry is having.
Oh, the faces. Ah, my personal favourite scene in the game.
Nick and Diane. They hardly make the perfect couple, do they? Is it widely known that they go drinking together, just the two of them?
To be honest, I don't pay attention to these things.
Not into local gossip?
Well, when I moved here, I was still in high school, and I kept wearing the same wild clothes from my school in Seattle. I was young back then. And before I knew it, there were rumors all over the school. She'll screw anyone. That's what they said. Totally unfounded, of course. Anyway, after that, I just sort of chose not to really trust gossip.
I get where you're coming from.
Yes,
I used
yeah,
to dress
she
like
said.
a hardcore punk rocker when I was in high school.
You? A punk rocker?
Nobody took my side, even when I had good grades. People
I like
rejected
this scene
me
as well.
just because of what I wore. I was young back then, too.
Even still, I just don't see you as a punk rocker.
And you laugh? Look at you. No makeup on, dressed in uniform, eating a steak for lunch.
So bitter.
Okay, back to work. Let's talk to Nick.
No makeup on. Eating a steak. How dare you? Just the pointless bitterness about nothing in particular. Okay, I'm gonna save. I've got to stop. I've got to stop and get some painkillers in me and stop talking, because that's just working the cheek that's been chewed up. So I don't know why I picked that up. I've just saved. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this installment, as always. I apologise for the state of being that I'm in at the moment. But anyway, we'll be back with another one of these. At some point, I'm just going to have to really just hardcore attack this game and sort of do a lot of installments in one go or something. I was planning to maybe do that this week, but the way things are, it's not going to happen. I can't do this for hours. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it as always, and I'll see you next time. Thank God for me, please. Bye.